Good afternoon, good evening, and good nights, wherever you may be in the city of Calgary or somewhere in Hungary. We are here for
full sports presentation of the 2024 Circle K Classic, live from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Dave Stanish along for the ride with you one more time with my good friend Scott Dusing, who covers the Buffaloes all season long. And Scott, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Dave. It's been a great day, the first day of Circle K. I was over at Seven Chiefs Arena, seeing great teams like OHA Edmonton, the Halifax Max, Burnaby Winter Club, as well as the Phoenix Junior Coyotes, who got second in this tournament last year, play. Everybody is so excited and ramped up, and we just had a great opening ceremony here. And till tonight, this Calgary CanX Buffaloes versus what looks to be a very strong national team, Team Hungary U18 team. Would you agree?
Absolutely. As you're going to hear from the Hungarian coach, they are the U18 national team that'll be going to the U18 World Championships. 2 levels down from the Team Canada, Team USA level, but still their all-time high, and so they're really working hard to make sure that they can be here. Be there and play well. This is Hungary's 3rd or 4th time in a row being here, especially for the December tournament. So we're gonna play this interview I had with the coach, and let's go to it now.
Come back and playing in this.
Lindsay Swashnik from
Team Hungary, welcome to Canada. Welcome to Calgary. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always great to come back and play in this fantastic tournament.
What keeps you guys coming back year after year?
You know, we always coming with a new team, new boys. Only one guy who played here last year, and we just want to give this North American experience to our boys. It's a different hockey than what we play in Europe, and I think it's going to be a great test for us, and also a great learning period and experience for our boys.
Is it so? This is the U18 national team.
Yes, this is the U18 national team. Obviously, we're missing a couple of guys,
so we don't have the full roster. But right now, this is the U18 national team.
And how have U18 national teams been doing for Hungary in the past couple of years? When you guys get to Europe and World tournaments?
Usually, our World Championship is in April, and right now we are playing in the second level, second group.
So this is going to be our 3rd World Championship in a row, and we are in the second group, which is a great thing for Hungarian hockey, because the AP will only have 10 teams, and the next group will be 6, and this is a great station for us to prepare for April.
Terrific. How do you guys adjust to the narrower ice, the North American width rather than the European wider ice?
Oh, we got guys playing Scandinavian countries, and they also play in small ice surface. We got teams who got small ice surface back home, but we're not playing against North American teams, so it's going to be a different game, and we'll see how we're going to adjust. And I think we prepare our boys, but we will see on this.
What have you learned and been more successful with after these Circle K tournaments that you've been able to take back with you? Was there anything that stood out that you guys learned from playing these other teams last year, the year before?
Oh yeah, it's a lot more intense, the hockey, than back in Europe. More physical. The battles are a lot stronger. Everybody competes so hard. The net front presence, both ends. So it's a pretty good hockey, and I think
we're going to have some fun tonight. Let's flip the script and talk about the Buffalo.
And now they have found themselves midway and firmly in a playoff spot.
Buffaloes in blue. They'll be the home team on the big board. Hungary, the away team. The dark jerseys always are the home team. And one local team has been in all 4 games of our quadrant today. All 16 teams that play here play at Seven Chiefs tomorrow, and those 16 play here tomorrow as well. So these teams are going to see both buildings and get to know all 4 different arenas by the time we get to the big playoffs and hopefully the big finish on January 1st. Trying to make something happen. Stone Schmidt, number 20. Baseline drive, no good for David Trojcik. And they'll get blocked out and sent back into center ice. What can you say about Carly? I know you gave him some compliments before, but what can you say about about the Buffalo keeper for tonight?
He's been really good. You mentioned that 8-game unbeaten streak. He's been a big part of it because Colton Scott was called up by the Alberta Junior Hockey League's Canmore Eagles for 2 weeks with the World Junior A Challenge that was going on in Camrose.
Big giveaway, shot into the bread basket, rebound, a slow roller. And Carly with those red pads, which are awesome, comes up with a big first stop in the first minute.
Absolutely. He's had a really strong year. Again, he's been a big part of that unbeaten streak. Listed by the Prince George Cougars of the Western Hockey League as well. Expected to maybe be up there for Christmas, as their goaltender thought that he'd be in the World Junior rankings for Canada. Didn't make it, so he's still back at home. If you like those pads, just wait till he sees Colton Scott's attire from Pro Skate Goalie here in Calgary.
Oh, really? That'll be cool. Of course, Adrenaline Source of Sports is going to enjoy this because it's an open chance. Reese Bungay, 2-on-0, and they score! Bungay found a hole in the defenseman after the face-off loss. 2-on-0, Aiden Sexsmith with the finish.
Yeah, great pass, 2-on-0. Bungay gets it in, shows that speed, just blocks that shot. He had a 2-on-1 with Sexsmith, gives it to him. Aiden Sexsmith, the property of the Swift Current Broncos. He had 3 goals in the preseason with them, and he's had a strong pace for the Buffaloes this year. He's currently seen 6 goals in league play so far, and yeah, he's been on a tear as well. Showed great speed there to give the first goal of the game.
And when we get the official word, Joey O will give me the signal, and I will turn up his mic, and we'll hear right from the horse's mouth what the official working of the goal is. We've seen teams give up goals in the first minutes and be very uncompetitive for the rest of the night, or be very, very competitive. So we'll see how if that trend continues one way or the other. A couple of Hungarian players going down, and here's the call.
Assistant number
1 minute in, and the Buffaloes have the opener. I guess the one advantage Hungary has is they can communicate in a language that nobody else. That Quebec goes to any other sort of national championship, they always just speak French. Trying to make something happen, Dominic Nudge. Thanks to the coach for the interview and for the pronunciations. Another quick burst. This on the other side. Big save. Beresh was there. Looked like Ethan Watkins didn't want to turn his back to get his number. I don't know, the red on the blue. I think I like their whites there, Deuce.
Absolutely. It's a little easier to see from where I vantage point at Cardell Rex out, but from this vantage, I hear you, Mr. Standish. It's a tough one.
Well, 2020 called the Max at the time championship game from the press box at the Saddle Dome. They were almost impossible to read, but the best players were the best on that particular day, and that's why they won it. Hungary trying to reassemble. Dump pass in. Forechecking is Trojcik. He'll go down. Snapshots. And that's a cool mask that Carly has too. Very, very blue and red. I was going to say Canadians-esque, but I mean, hey, these guys are blue and red. Get it done that way. Trojcik once again tried to go around his defender. Had no luck in that attempt. And now it's another possible breakout for the Buffaloes, but this time Hungary catches that puck and sends it in the other direction. Nicely underway, 3:20 gone in the first period of our feature game, our opening ceremonies game here at Max Bell 1. Pittsburgh and NAX, Northern Alberta Extreme from Edmonton, are playing on Max Bell 2. You can certainly tune into that game after this one goes to intermission. And the significance of that is those two teams play these two teams in their pool off the bounce. Bungay one more time. He'll get slammed into the near side boards, but he's also going to draw a penalty.
Yeah, got tied up with that Team Hungary player there. Looks to be the team captain there going to the box. That's Dominic Nudge going to the box for an interference call there, or possibly a boarding. Reese Bungay showing that speed on that first goal, and he did it there too, tied up that defender. And I believe we're going to the Adrenaline Source of Sports power play, aren't we there, David?
Well, we are, but we aren't.
Okay.
But
we were calling it over at 7
You got
Chiefs,
that
so
email today?
I did.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So.
We'll break that down in a little bit more detail. But yeah, they are the official equipment supplier of the CKC, along with many other of our great sponsors that we'll talk about over the next 56 minutes. How about this Buffalo's power play statistically?
Right now, they're currently operating at 22% overall, which is 6 in the AHL. One of the top ones out of 16 teams. They've been good. Not as efficient as last year's, but still pretty deadly.
Crossing through, top shelf doesn't work. Nice way for Bense Veresh to be in the net to limit the amount of space he was giving up in the top corner, which they missed. Play whistled down. 28 seconds gone in the power play. But it's cool to see these European teams. They certainly have a different style. They're not used to this ice, just like we're not used to theirs. And obviously European teams, no matter what country they're from, are definitely known for speed and being able to manipulate that extra 15 feet. Ratai will hold at the line after a successful face-off win. Cross ice, blocked away. Getting in the way was Stowich. In front, off the blocker, it's still loose. Buffaloes almost get to it, they do. Hungary finally, no, they can't. Garofalo will hold it at the line. Seth Garofalo, and that's a bouncer, but so far the Buffaloes are winning the races and the battles for puck possession. Trying to blast it through, looking for a crazy bounce. And this arena's been full of nothing but crazy bounces this afternoon and this evening. And another great burst of speed, Braxton Alank, A-L-A-N-C. More action in that near right side of your picture. Alaric, now I can see. Put the glasses on. And now Alaric puts the puck out of play. But yeah, they're a little bit faster, and they're winning races and physicality to puck possession.
Yeah, and most of these Hungarian players, 2006 born, which is a year older than the oldest U18 players here in Canada, which is 2007. So they're all 3 years older than some of these Buffalo players, and you get to see just a little bit more maturity and physical. But Circle K's had that over the past with teams like Hungary, obviously Austria, Finland, and Belarus that have been here in the past.
And that team from Russia won this event back in 2019, well, they were semifinalists in 2019. Alaric can't hold it at the line. Still 20 seconds on this power play, but the puck's going in the other direction. Trying to bat it down. Martin Hiesel, no luck for him. He'll trail the play and try to catch up with Aiden Sexsmith. Great pass. Connected despite there being 3 white jerseys in between. And the penalty is now going to expire 6 minutes into the first period. Buffalo's lead 1-0. They're going to try to feed the man nudge, but he's going to go in for a closer pass, but put himself offside.
Yeah, great pass by Sexsmith over the middle there to Reiner McCaslin, who made it over. He got the puck from Jaden Kulinich, and want to recognize both of them. They were actually just named Hockey Alberta's Aboriginal provincial team that's going to play in the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships. Them along with Aiden's younger brother, Holden Sexsmith, that plays at Yale Hockey Academy. Yale's not here this year. They didn't make it, but those are 3 members that have made the team and going to go on and represent the province of Alberta.
Hungary trying to break in from a face-off victory right off the logo. Carly ready to pull a groin there, but didn't have to. The angle wasn't that necessary. Nudge gets spun around, but good coverage by Ostowich not to allow another 2-on-0 breakaway the other way. So you can tell that Hungary's adjusted already to an unfortunate misplay after a lost faceoff. Some teams have been struggling just due to too much turkey. Some teams have been struggling due to jet lag and being in a new town and a new city. So I expect the games to be of certainly a higher quality tomorrow. But Hungary's been in town for a few days, and they should be used to everything. Everybody had an option to practice yesterday, and some teams took advantage of it. Of these 32, they're trying to get the big trophy at the end of this entire event. So the near side, Turchak, he's going to throw his body around. And Martin Hiesel's equipment did all the right things and absorbed it. Now he goes down again. Held at the line, Ferenc Karshoy, 21. And again, Watkins couldn't find it. I think Matthias wore 7 last year. It's amazing the things you remember and then the 100 things you forget. Deep in the Hungarian zone, shots 3-3, but territorially it's probably been 80-20 Buffaloes. Another big hit, and again, that's Heisel having to do all the absorbing. He'll finally go off for a change. Again, no real absolute puck possession. Players down all over the place. Off a stick. Karshoy, I think he thinks his stick is broken, but he's going to stay out there. Yeah, he knows it's broken now. Now that it's safe, he's going to go for a change. Vanyelosh, number 7. Bechenier. Botan Bechenier out there as well. Mark Ostowich. Well, during the opening ceremonies, I had to apologize. I said before, I apologize in advance for the pronunciations, but they're actually not too bad.
You're doing a great job there, David.
Thank you very much. 1 goal in the contest. We'll get you the out-of-town scoreboard a little later. But yeah, Deuce, if you want to bring that up. 3 other games going on. Those are the 3 we're going to concentrate the most on, and then we'll also tell you about those sponsors from our email from today, just to make sure we do what we have been asked to do, and we are very happy to do, and that's recognize the amazing companies that are willing to help and sponsor this event. And some companies have been with us for decade after decade, and we appreciate that very much. Hungary not having a lot of luck, not getting a lot of touches at Carly. Reese Bungay knocks that away, and if you're the Hungarian coach, what are you thinking right now?
Well, just what this team, you know, it's early in the first period here, and again, they're a very mature team overall. You talked about the game time. They've been in town for about, a few days, but it is 7:30 here. It probably feels about like 3:30 or 4 in the morning in Budapest. So as long as these guys are on the local time, you mentioned that. I was watching the games today, and there's players playing at 10 a.m. They're usually not used to playing at 10 a.m. either at this age group as well. So I think both teams just getting acquainted to themselves this first game. A little bit of nerves, right?
Definitely another advantage for the sports schools, both in Canada and the U.S., where they'll play like even a showcase game at 9 in the morning, where the quadrant teams like the Buffaloes are used to only playing at night and maybe not even practicing Saturday and Sunday mornings. So team by team dependent, of course. Trying to go around the long way is Bodie Edwards, number 5. They'll get mucked into the boards. Coach said during the interview that they were looking forward to the physical element. As long as the puck stays in motion, neither referee of the 2 will blow the play dead. Excuse me. Bechenier throws it to the opposite corner. Ostowich in the middle of it all. Again, trying to tie it up. Hearing from his teammate that he was behind him. Dropped it off. Quick shot. Time and space were at a premium, but Kaposhi got something on net. Shots 4-4, 11 minutes into the period. Again, both teams just kind of getting used to each other. And again, as you said, Scott's just trying to get into a new environment. They will have probably practiced at least once, maybe twice on this narrower ice. But like the coach said, more European countries and cities are starting to put in the North American ice. 200 by 100 will never fade away, but it's less common than it was, let's say, in the 80s and 90s, when the Canadian and American teams had extreme difficulty adjusting during World Championships.
Absolutely.
Vanyelosh, he's 7. He's going to drop it off. Again, Buffalo's a little bit faster. Of course, they play in this building 2 or 3 times a year as well. They'll know about the generous boards and the crazy bounces these brand new pucks will take. Another giveaway, but again, good job. Nudge is there on the back end. I'm thinking maybe let's get to the intermission and not make it 2-0. Let's not. We don't have to push for 1-1, but let's definitely make sure it won't be 2-0.
Absolutely. Just get away with the 1 goal right now. 1-0 after a set. After one period, be a good thing for this team Hungary right now. You mentioned that out-of-tone scoreboard. Some big games going on this evening as well. 3 games in particular. We have Rink Kelowna currently up 3-2 on the St. Louis AAA Blues. That's after the end of 2. Airdrie CFR Bisons, they're having a good year. They're tied up 1-1 with the Edmonton Oilers Orange. Kind of a little battle of Alberta there. And NAX currently up 2-0 on the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. That's the other game out of this pool. And that's
literally
right
behind us. Yep. As I said, during our intermission, set your timer for 15 minutes and flip around one of those other 3 games. This is not a pay-per-view. This is, you're buying the entire package, the entire tournament, and you can rotate 4 games at once. And not only that, but look at anything that's on the Flow Hockey service and anything that's on the Flow Sports service. So it's not just hockey. Flow is the bigger company with multiple sports. So everything included for just that 1 monthly price. 24-20 trying to break out. Trojcik with Schmidt. It's there. Off the angle. Buffaloes did a great job to make sure that the one-timer for Trojcik was not available in the blue paint. But Hungary's made the right adjustment.
Yeah, great burst of speed there as that forward got past Jaden Kulinic for the Buffaloes. Just showed that little bit of that power, able to get past. And again, didn't get the greatest shot, but at least 200 feet away from his own end. And a shot on Carly in an offensive zone faceoff.
Offensive zone faceoff win. Backing it up is Nudge. And he'll nudge his player out of the way, Stevenson. You know your Buffaloes history. Didn't Hungary play the Buffaloes in like a quarterfinal like 2 years ago?
They sure did. I was talking to head coach Brent Harrison about that. He was very well aware of the team, said very fast and very big. Asked him what this team looks like, and he said the exact same recipes. So they did get a quarterfinal win against them, but again, he was well aware of what Team Hungary's going to bring tonight.
Yeah, and that was in Rink 2, and for those of you who were with us, you'll remember it was an absolute madhouse in there. And that's part of they're going to count it. They are going to count this. Vergeli Rapoche got interfered with, who then interfered with Carly, but they're going to count it.
Yeah, he got knocked down. I think there was going to be, I don't know if it would have been a potential penalty shot, but the arm was in the air, but he was on his knees and he batted us through. He went through the net and through Carly. Referee said good goal though, and almost a highly real goal. Rapoche from his knees, and he's tied this up 1 goal apiece. 6:45 left in the first.
Yeah, make sure to follow Circle K on social media. We've had some great goals already, and that one might, if they turn it down and remove the audio portion, that might be a good highlight for social media as well. But the Hungarians travel well, like I said, 2 years ago, like there's a very heavy Hungarian community in Calgary, and when they got into the playoffs, that place was half Buffaloes, half Hungary a couple years ago.
Fantastic.
And unfortunately, we had a game, I think it was an American team against an Ontario team with a couple less fans, but in the big rink. And again, that'll be part of the adjustment. What they're going to do in the playoff round is they're going to assign the arenas based on potential fans, numbers, and fan comfort. So if a local team or 2 local teams are playing each other, it'll probably be here rather than Max Bell 2, just so that people aren't having to struggle to find an available seat for their favorite team, no matter their maximum efforts. So that's a big adjustment. And let's talk about that top 16. You can stumble once. That's kind of what the general manager of the tournament told me during the press conference. You can stumble once, finish second, and it's top 16. Top 2 qualify. The third places play for the B. The fourth places play for the C's. Everybody will be ranked 1 to 8 among the pool winners, 9 to 16 among the pool runner-ups, and it'll be that traditional NCAA basketball style, 1-16, 8-9, so on and so on and so on. And it'll be a locked-in NCAA style bracket. It won't be reseeded. And the teams will have to win once on December 30th on Eliminator Day, and then have to win twice if they want the semifinal victory. sometimes those are the kind of goals that you need to win a tournament like this. So as I said, the finalists will have to win twice on December 31st. Another bad giveaway in neutral ice. Trying to make them pay the price is Garofalo. He'll get it stripped. 5:06 to go in an entertaining first period. The Hungarian team definitely traveled well. They had a loud cheer when the goal was scored. But as you were saying, you think everybody from Halifax flew here for the McDonald's team, the defending Atlantic champions that go to the TELUS Cup. So looking forward to seeing what Halifax can do.
They'll be in this barn tomorrow, so I think you'll see them, David. They came in proud. Even asked to do a couple of at-home shout-outs to fans in Newfoundland and the Maritimes, which I was happy to do. Always good to have those Maritimes. Maritimers are so much like the Prairies in a lot of ways, David.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you have no plans for your summer vacation in 2025, I would strongly suggest the Atlantic provinces. You can't not have fun.
You know, you mentioned about that, going back to that top 16, that's going to be a fun, especially that eliminator on December 31st. 2 games for all these teams, that's tough. These teams are usually only used to playing 1 game a day. 2 is going to be very tough for all those finalists.
Yeah, the A division finalists, the final 2 will have won 1 game on the 30th and 2 on the 31st. So I'm going to have to come up with a new name. The 29th is Calculator Day, the best day of every December. 30th is Eliminator Day because half the field goes home. 31st used to be semifinal day. Now I'm going to have to come up with a new name. Loose chance, goalie out. Another lucky deflection to the near side boards. You don't think the elements of gravity and physics work that way, but suddenly the puck's on the near side. Just based on the bounce and how it moved in the air. Now Hungary again under pressure, but they're going to draw the penalty this time. Perhaps a little bit too aggressive from Rhys Bungay. And now Hungary wants to set up something formally on the 6-on-5 with 3:30 to go. But yeah, semifinal day, championship day, and then January 2nd was sleep-in day. So we're going to have to come up with a new name for December 31st, because that's going to be maybe stress day. You know what? If somebody had put that in the net, I've seen games where they've given a guy an unsportsmanlike for just blasting it into the net on a 5-on-6 like that.
Absolutely, and you going back to Rhys Bungay, just getting a little too aggressive there, kind of interfered there. Might have got the hook up there a little too much, and now Team Hungary going to have their first power play. No stats for them to see where their PP and PK is. Not able to grab that before, but we'll be able to see it right here, right now, to see how they do. This Buffalo's penalty kill currently ranks 7th in the AEHL at an 83.7% kill rate, so pretty good as well.
Yeah, if you're 20 or above on power plays and 80 above in PKs, no matter if you're pros or tykes, you're happy with both of those numbers for sure. Well, let's tell you about some of our sponsors. Circle K Convenience. Head into your local store for a Froster as soon as this game is done. Adrenaline Source of Sports, the official hockey retailer of CKC we mentioned. We'd like to thank Gatorade and Aquafina for everything they do for us every year. Peter's Drive-In is a proud sponsor of the Circle K Classic Scholarship Program that recognizes deserving athletes who make significant contributions to their community. Peter's Drive-In, the drive-in you can't drive by. That might be the best slogan of any company in Calgary. And there's a really good catch into the glove of Jack Carley. Calgary Sports and Entertainment, get your Flicks Club tickets for Hitmen, Wranglers, and Roughnecks games. You can get them in any combination you wish. They will help you out with that at the ticket department of Calgary Sports and Entertainment. Of course, we also like to thank Saputo's ×2 Promotions, who are running the merchandise at both here and Seven Chiefs. So if you're coming down for another game, come and see the folks at ×2 for more details. MI Petro, Residence Inn, and the Delta Hotel, among others that we will discuss over the next 42 minutes. But for the next minute and 25, Hungary is on a power play. Matzel Mayer, he had the second assist in the previous goal, whether he expected to or not. Off the tip, it's there! And great defensive coverage. Stevenson took it away at the absolute last moment. The pressure continues from Hungary, and Horvat Turtak will not enjoy that very much. just the angle was just, as I said, a perfect takeaway from Stevenson. A minute to go. What can you say about Parker, Deuce?
Very good defensive forward. Doesn't have a lot of points right now, but good defensive forward, and you saw it on there. Jack Harley was down and out. That was a wide open cage there, but thankfully Stevenson got in the way there. Just got in front of that stick enough to block a shot as a hand pass gets there, and we're gonna have a stoppage, and I think a face-off out of the zone. So good defensive zone pressure again by the Buffaloes.
38 seconds on the power play, 1 minute 58 seconds in the period. As I said, we'll keep you up to date with the Pittsburgh versus NAX game. NAX, one of the highest rated teams on myhockeyrankings.com. And that's, no, it's not Dave's hockeyrankings.com. It's my hockeyrankings.com. We can promote them vociferously this year because they are one of the official partners of Canadian Sports School Hockey League, and will use those rankings to set their playoff seedings for their championship in March, which will also be here on Flow Hockey in Penticton over the period of time when St. Patrick's Day usually occurs. So tune in for that in March. So myhockeyrankings.com, they have a very cool formula that they use, and it's updated once a week, and literally every goal matters.
Strength of schedule is a big thing for them, absolutely.
Strength of schedule is important, so it's kind of like college football or college basketball in the States. You can get credit just for scheduling a tough team, even if you lose. This is Lintner. No luck from Turchak, doing his job, and then the goalie took out Heasel, who's probably been flat on his back half a dozen times in this period. Garofalo, little tip. The bouncer can't bounce in the right direction for Lucas Majdell, M-A-J-D-E-L-L. An interesting period, an interesting start to our night since 7 o'clock, and we are tied at 1 goal apiece. That one trying to be tipped down. It would have been batted down with a high stick by Majdell, but that's just human instinct sometimes. Hungary trying to break out right to left in the white jerseys, if you're just joining us. And Scott, I think they're leading the jersey contest.
They are. I really like this. I can't wait to see their home jerseys. I bet you it's a dark green or red. Is it a red? These
I think it's a red from last year, but yeah. Actually, I don't mind the white because you got the red and the green markings on it.
It pops
so
out.
It pops,
really
yeah. 100% it pops. And that goal has certainly invigorated the Hungarian team from the bench. And that will complete the opening period. Your thoughts?
Well, very good start by the Buffaloes, getting that shot block early by Bungay, who gave it to Sexsmith for the early goal. But I got to say, from about 10 minutes on, I thought Team Hungary really showed their maturity, their physicality, and strength, getting that goal again from his knees, going into Carly there. A good goal by Hungary to tie it up. And again, had some good opportunities there down low. So I would say, I think Brent Harrison, if he's going in the room, tell his team to keep with the game plan, stick their structure as well. If I'm the head coach of Team Hungary, I'd say just keep on doing what you're doing. Let's keep up the pedal. I don't know if they can keep up with our pace. Let's see if they can do it.
Good points. Both teams know their strengths and the opponent's weaknesses, at least 20 minutes worth. And we're going to find out what the next 40 minutes is all worth. 20 down, 40 to go, but this intermission in between. Stick around.
time for your out of the ring scoreboard. Here in the Circle K Classic earlier today, Sioux Falls defeated the Airborne Hunters by a score of 8-5. The Phoenix Junior Coyotes defeated OHA Edmonton 3-1. Okotoks Bulwark Oilers defeated the Detroit Victory Honda 5-4. Regina Pack Canadians beat the Calgary Royals 6-4. Edmonton Junior Oilers beat the Fraser Valley Thunderbirds 5-3. Halifax McDonald's defeated the Burnaby Winter Club 5-3. The Edge School beat Chicago Mission by a score of 5-1. The Calgary UPV Flames beat Boston Academy by a score of 4-1. Moose Jaw Warriors defeated OJ Penticton 4-1. Sherwood Park Kings beat Valley West Giants 5-2. The Bishop Kearney Selects defeated the Calgary North Stars 3-2. Shattuck St. Mary's defeated the Calgary Hockey Academy 9-3. In the third period, RHA Kelowna is leading the St. Louis AAA Blues by a score of 3-2. The Edmonton Junior Oilers Orange and Airdrie CFR Bisons are tied at 1 in the second period. Across the hall in the Harry Cavanaugh
JAC. Jack Carley in the nets for Buffaloes. This is the southwest portion of the city, or southeast portion, excuse me. And in Calgary, you play for the team basically in the quadrant that you sleep in, and to coin a phrase, and unless there's extreme circumstances or you get cut and make a different team, you play for that team no matter where you live, no matter what. Here's a generous play, quick shot, oh, and a bit of a fan. Too bad for Rapoche, looking for a second in a row. And sleeping there a little bit.
Yeah, late change by the Buffaloes, and Rapoche was just at that blue line all alone, and he had a breakaway, makes the move, but couldn't get a handle on it. You're right, was looking for a second there, but just maybe didn't expect that to happen, and puts it wide, and net comes off, and we'll have a stoppage and play in the Buffalo zone.
Honestly, I see a lot, I film and commentate a lot of AAA, 15, U15, U17, U18, and I think a big part of a AAA versus, let's say, a AA team is you hardly ever see teams giving up goals based on bad line changes. I mean, that's the coaching or the players or just their experience, whatever it might be. But that would have been, if that had gone in, that would have been one of the very rare experiences because these teams are so good at what they do. Rapoche maybe will get another try here. Trying to go to the outside, looking for a passing lane. The Buffaloes anticipated it perfectly and took it away. Nice anticipation from Aiden Sexsmith, because everyone in the building knew what the play was, and two Buffaloes were staying in front of the net. One more time for Rapoche, and oh boy, another collision. Good thing the puck wasn't in, or it might be 2-1.
Yeah, Alaric
wasn't in the neighborhood. Yeah,
Alaric was going head-to-head with that Attila Brihel. Rushing the net, one of the players there taking it through, and he went through, and he was under Jack Carley there in the net as Rapoche was on the far wall just trying to set up that pass. He's been all over the ice this period as well. Those 3 opportunities in the offensive zone for Gergely Rapoche.
I'll tell you, even if he was only 5'2", I wouldn't mess with anybody named Attila.
No, me neither.
Buffaloes create the breakout, the counterattack, right to left after the defensive zone face-off victory. Clearing it away is Beresh. Two Hungarians run into each other. Tapped up. Mashdell knew where he was. He knew he was going down, but he was going to try to focus that stick and did get a piece of it. And again, Kiesel, I think he likes the physicality and doesn't mind absorbing the hits because he's been in the middle of anything pretty much anything that the Hungarians have been involved in as the physicality continues. And the Hungarian insults have probably arrived.
Yeah, and both teams getting in the middle of it. You can see Matthias Schaffner kind of pushing Bodie Edwards, the young 2009 defenseman, out. But again, it's his first experience at the Circle K. First time he's ever played here. Lots to play for, and maybe tension's just rising a little bit. I talked earlier about walking the concourse. You can see directly by the benches, lots of Hungarian fans here. You're seeing all those jerseys in white. white, red, and scarves. They look great.
I got to give Joey O credit, man. That to be able to pull a song like that just in a nanosecond, that's just awesome.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks, Dave.
We're getting paid? Oh. I thought Joey was getting. I thought only Joey was getting paid. We were just doing it for the life experience.
That's right.
Dominic Ratai. Well, I did it for 5 years for the life experience, and I wouldn't give it up for anything. The third. Here comes the deep cut. Third rerun of Christmas specials. I can live without. Oh, littlest hobo. Couple of tries in front, either post. They try to go cross net. And a little bit wide, kicking it in was Sivak. And a collection for Jack Carley as we wrap up day number 1. The 4th session. Scott, if you can bring up the first 12 games that occurred earlier today, and then on the next break, we can tell everybody about it. Go to CircleKClassic.ca for anything and everything you want to know about the tournament and about your favorite team. And make sure to follow the teams and Circle K on social media, because the teams are having some fun, and they tag Circle K, who then post it to the Circle K followers like you and I. Hungary trying to break out left to right off the deflection. These are generous pucks that have never been used. That's why a slight jump off a boot can go 30 feet. Trying to collect is Ryder McCaslin. No one to pass it to. Hungary anticipated well. Tardy just couldn't clear the blue line. Another man goes down. After about 5 or 6 minutes, they had so many guys going down. I was thinking about mentioning that they should sharpen their skates between periods, but that's occurred a little bit less, but maybe not a bad idea after the game's over tonight.
Yeah, with all those typically sharp Sparks machines, they're usually every family's got them, and so do the Buffaloes as well. So yeah, we talked about the first 12 games today, some classics here, both at Max Bell and 7 Chiefs Arena. Both myself and David call. When you look back at it, Sioux Falls Power 8-5 winners over the Caribou Cougars out of Prince George. That was the first game today. Phoenix Junior Coyotes getting a 3-1 win over OHA Edmonton. They have a great third jersey too, very similar to the Chicago Blackhawks. It could be in the running as well, David.
OHA Edmonton?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okotoks Oilers, big 5-4 winners over Victory Honda that you called. Then we had the Regina Pack Canadians being led by 14-year-old player Maddox Schultz, who's a 2010, one of the youngest players in this tournament. They win 6-4 over the hometown Calgary Royals. Edmonton Oilers Blue got a 5-3 win over the Fraser Valley T-Birds. Halifax Max, talked about them. They had a 5-3 win over Burnaby Winter Club. And then Edge, big win 5-1 over Chicago Mission. I believe you're on the call for that one as well there,
Yeah,
Dave.
Chicago, basically Edge controlled the last 30, 40 minutes. They knew that they could, I think that they knew that they could run away with it, but they weren't going to push it too hard, and they were rotating their 18 skaters so that they didn't overrun too much, and because you still want to conserve some energy even this early, because they know that there's as many as 6 more games to come. Well, 3 in a row for sure, 28th, 29th, 30th, and then 2 in a day on the 31st.
Absolutely, and then the Flames, one of the local teams getting the lone win so far. They win against Boston Hockey Academy 4-1 today. Moose Jaw Warriors, a big 4-1 win over OHA Penticton. Sherwood Park and Kings wins 5-2 over the Valley West Giants out of BC. And then game that was right on this ice before, Bishop Kearney Selects out of Rochester, New York, beat the Calgary North Stars 3-2. And Shattuck St. Mary's, who the defending champions, looked very strong, outshooting CIHA, one of the local prep schools here, 50-19, and a 9-3 win. And then the games that were still being played, Ring Kelowna currently up 3-2 on the St. Louis Blues. The Airdrie Bisons tied with the Edmonton Oilers Orange after 2 periods, 1-1. And NAX and Pittsburgh Penguins Elite still tied up it's still 2-0 for NAX.
Clear shot for Brady Murphy, clear save for Ben clear save for Bensei Veresh. So that is the rundown of the 16 games and the 32 teams that are here in 2024. Four games, 4 winner-go-home games in 3 days. Can't wait to see who is in the big final at 3 o'clock on January 1st. Myself, Cole Fortner, and Mark Payne will have the broadcast for you for the 4th tournament in a row. It should be a fantastic matchup on January 1st, regardless of who is in it. So we're looking forward to that. And all the action continues at Seven Chiefs and at Max Bell 1 and 2 tomorrow. Same game times. Adjust for your area, whatever time zone or European nation you may be in. Carly will get a touch and try to send it out. Held at the line by Karshoy. Puts it right on net and held for a face-off.
You talked about all the great action we're seeing on Flow Hockey here. Not just Flow Hockey, but all the sport. It's funny, as you look through the crowd here, you can see everybody on their phones. And although it's not this tournament, World Juniors is going on right now in Ottawa. And Canada's going tied into overtime with Latvia 2-2. That's a little bit of an upset in the making there.
Winner gets 2 points in that game. If this game goes to overtime or any other game in this tournament, it's the same 3-2-1 as the World Juniors or the World Men's or Women's Championship. So that one's going to scroll eventually across the goal line for an icing call. So yeah, same 3-2-1. We've been doing it since COVID, or since after COVID, I guess. And again, that eliminates the insanity of possible tiebreakers. Although my philosophy is the crazier the standings board is, the more I like it.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, good. You and I are in the vast minority, by the way. But not only that, I mean, we had 3 teams tie at 2-1 in a pool last year for first place, and that was a complicated tiebreaker. And then 3 teams tied at 1 and 2. So there was technically there was a team that was 2-1 that played for the C title, and a team that was 1 and 2 that played for the B title. But that's just how math works sometimes, and the teams knew what they were signing up for. Nobody complained, but yeah, it's just top 1 and top 2, so we could see another crazy scenario, just like we almost saw another crazy puck get by Jack Carley there off that baseline opportunity.
Well, you think about all the great players that have played in this tournament as well. You talked about it. The championship that was here a few years ago, the Buffaloes played the South Alberta Hockey Academy. South Alberta Hockey Academy were an absolute wagon of a team. They ended up winning 6-1, being led by none other Gavin McKenna, who's showing his stripes right now, scoring the first goal as well. Just shows you where these athletes could be in a couple of years, and what athletes from this tournament, where are they going to be in the World Juniors? Possibly 2 to 3 years' time is a possibility.
Mashdell trying to make a move. He got through 2 Hungarians, but not the third. And Raposh again. He scores! He got unlucky early, Scott, but Gergali Raposh, that one's definitely in, and the referees are going to say yes to it. Hungary is the lead.
What a shot by Gergali Raposh. He brought it up near boards, takes it up, and those Hungarian fans, they got the flags waving, looking great. That crowd, it's pretty loud in here. We might have a Hungarian gold crowd, even though they're technically the visitors, David. But what a shot as he comes up and he goes right over the left shoulder, would be the right shoulder of Carly upstairs, and he makes no doubt about it. His second of the game, and they're up now 2-1 on the home team Buffaloes.
No lead has been safe in this building, well, except maybe Shattuck winning 9-3, but honestly, no one-goal lead has really been safe for any sustained period, either today or anytime last year. I've seen a 3-goal lead evaporate. Swift shot! Well, look at what we just said! The second try brought it down about waist high. Veresh certainly didn't expect that, but the Buffaloes didn't let it get them down, and they're tied it again, and they've tied it again.
Great rush by the Buffaloes off the face-off, and they get a good shot. That's Braxton there, and Ridley of the Okotoks Oilers calls the Buffaloes home now. He gets a good shot on that. Rebound comes up. Must play the baseball for the Okotoks Dogs as he keeps it waist high and bangs the rebound past Veresh. And he's got these local fans buzzing, tied it up. You say no lead is safe here, but you are right, David. We're tied up 2 apiece here. 12:39 left in the second.
Veresh was basically just swarmed by blue, and it wasn't an easy save to have tried to make. We'll get the word from Joey O here in a couple of seconds as it's being communicated from downstairs to upstairs. Carter Turchak trying to keep the momentum right to left. And as quickly as the game became 2-1, it became 2-2. It almost became 3-2, but Carly hugged his post very well.
Yep. Lots of open play here. Both teams going back and forth. Maybe getting a little away from their defensive zone structures on both sides. I'm sure it's something that the Hungarian coach, as well as head coach Brent Harrison, going to watch us get back to the game plan. But exciting nonetheless for the fans, and whether they're here in the building or watching here live on Flow Hockey.
Live or on demand, go to flowsports.tv about 3 hours after the game starts. Type in the name of the team you're interested in following, click on the game link, and you will not be spoiled to the results.
Assistant number 2, Botan Chenier. Time of that goal, 7 minutes, 10 seconds for the second period. Hungary goal
Number 2, Botan Chenier gets the only assist. And we'll find out about the Buffalo's goal here in just a moment. 8 minutes gone and a productive and entertaining second period. And you see the insane bounces this arena provides. Sivak. All right, let's find out about the Buffalo goal.
Calgary Buffalo's goal scored by Braxton Alaric. Assistant number 18, Matthias Schaffner. Time of that goal, 7 minutes, 21 seconds of the second period.
And we're at 8 minutes, 17 seconds of the second period. Took these teams a little while to get the first two, but no time at all to get the next two. And I think we're going to see more 6-5 games in this tournament than 1-0 games, Scott. And hey, I don't mind either one of them.
Yeah, there's lots of great goaltending in here, but, you know, 6-5 isn't a slight at the goaltenders. I think it just shows the amount of skill on both sides of the ice here and the amount of goal-scoring ability all these 32 teams have as well.
Well, we talked about overtime in the World Juniors. We're going to have an overtime game over in Seven Chiefs. If you want to flip over and check that out and come back, we don't mind. Again, another advantage to your subscription. Off the outside netting. Inside positioning for Garofalo, but he'll give it up. Again, Hungarian's not afraid to play the physical game, but the Buffaloes really aren't pushing that style of forechecking until McCaslin completely counteracted what I just said. But for the most part, they're not doing it.
If there's one player that's going to be physical on this team, count on Ryder McCaslin to do that, David.
Inside, makes the move to the forehand. A lot of skill with not space left to work. Matej Tardy, when you're within a few inches of the post, it's not easy to go backhand and then quickly to the left-hand forehand there.
Absolutely. I thought Bodie Edwards, the young defenseman, played well there to just keep that player outside. And you're right, he made a nice move to try to get there, but Carly hugged his post well. As they call it, RVH in the goaltending clinics, really hugged the post, did well to stop any of that short side goal.
Turchak, again, can't get it to the line. Terrific work. Looked like nudge number 6, pushing that puck ahead. 2 linesmen and 2 referees. Pretty much the standard now, the Alberta Elite Hockey League. To the far side, trying to make something happen. Brehel gets it taken away. Bit of ping-ponging of possession. Nobody hanging on to it for any significant amount of time as we've reached the halfway mark of the 60 minutes. Will we need more than 60? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, our good friends at Seven Chiefs, Rain Kelowna and the St. Louis Blues going to overtime. We'll keep an eye on that. Again, CircleKClassic.ca for the scores. Or just tune in on Flow Hockey. Make a change. We don't mind, as David already said.
Well, yeah, click on that scores page and just watch everything update second by second. If you're with us live, and we hope you are, click on the summary page, the big S, on the schedule page, and then every time something happens, hit your F5 button. But if you're just looking for the full scoreboard of this 4th and final session, just go to the scores page and it'll auto update, which is fantastic. Again, no real sustained pressure for either team since that 2-2 goal. You can tell both teams have made adjustments after surrendering goals to their opponents during that sequence. Alaric chases after his own dump. But the Hungarian U18 national team, who will be competing at the U18 World Championships 2025 in the 2nd division, out there putting on a very good show. We've had Finnish U17, U18 national teams. Like you said, we had Belarus about 5 years ago that build from this tournament to go to the U18 nationals. Of course, Patrick Laine was on that U17 team from a long time ago. Sexsmith, all the time and space you want, makes the move. Varesh was ready and covered that left post. Almost another odd man chance being converted by the Buffaloes in blue, but this time Varesh turned it away.
Well, maybe roll the highlight reel on that one. I'm not too sure if they're doing his saves there, but Varesh spreads those legs and just stretches out as Aiden Sexsmith goes forehand to backhand. Try to beat him on the far side there, but Varesh read it well, and a great save by the big goaltender coming in.
Hit that rewind button, both on your laptop and your mobile device or your tablet. It's takeaway, blocked in front. Buffaloes are able to take advantage of a couple of bad giveaways in the first period. Hungary has cleaned that up very efficiently. About a medium pace. Sometimes it's frantic, sometimes it's pedestrian. Right now, I'd say we're about in the middle. Again, every game matters, every goal matters. You'd rather lose by 2 than by 3 and so on, because not only if there's a tiebreaker within your pool, but once you get ranked among, let's say all the pool winners, if you got 9 out of 9 points, the next tiebreaker for seeding is your goals for and against ratio. So you up to a point of 7 goals. So 11-3 is no better than 10-3, but 10-3 is better than 9-3, and so on and so on.
Absolutely. You talked about the goaltending here. Varesh doing well. Carly's been good today, too. He had help from Mr. Iron on that shot. Coming through there was David Trojcik as he came in, just puts it off the iron. Carly's had a good year, 6 wins and 295 goals against and a 9-1 save percentage. Again, we may see more 6-5 goals here games, but you know what? Overall, level of goaltending's been high on both sides of the ice.
Matej Gozek is the backup for Hungary, and Colton Scott is the backup for the Buffaloes. For the vast majority of teams in this tournament, certainly last year, almost everybody rode 2 goalies and then just picked the hotter one when they got to the eliminator games. And I expect that trend not to change in 2024. But we'll see. I mean, some teams brought 3 keepers, so maybe one guy's the backup on one day, and then there's the help. He's the healthy scratch, and then he's the starter. We'll have to wait and see.
Carly's been good this year, but I think Brent Harris on this team's going to go with Colton Scott as his guy. Similar to what he did with Colton Scott as the backup last year. He rode Cale Svensson, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what Coach Harrison wants to do.
Svensson had a lot of good skill and showed off a lot of impressive goaltending ability here in this building 12 months ago. Buffalo's the positive and the negative. They had a great year last year, but too many good players graduated to the next level. But I guess that's really what it's all about, and you're happier for the players than disappointed in what they take away and what you're left with. But it's always about the next generation, the U17s and the U15 program in the southeast portion of the city, creating goalkeepers that can make saves like that. Jack Carly finding the black puck in the air.
Yeah, you mentioned about the U15. I can see members of the U15 AAA Bisons behind the team Hungary. They're in their team hoodies, or what I would call a bunny hug, as I'm from the province of Saskatchewan. So,
boy.
Yeah, and again, not a very favorable answer here in the province of Alberta, but you're talking lots of good generations. And great to see all the local fans, whether it's Flames, Royals, North Stars, or Buffaloes. Lots of local teams kids coming to support these big boys, hoping to play here one day themselves.
And regardless of if it's a local team or not, this tournament is well supported, and I expect on a Saturday and a Sunday that we're going to see even more fans than we saw today for those unlucky few who actually had to work today.
I was born and raised in Saskatchewan, talked to a good friend, one of the assistant coaches for the Pack Canadians from Regina, J.P. Reynolds. He played here with North Battleford back in '94, and then his brother Bryce was on the '95 championship team from North Battleford that won this. Again, and had also another good friend that played for the Saskatoon Contacts. Good local coach here with the Buff system as well. He played on the '94 Blazers team out of Saskatoon that lost the final. To this day, he still remembers the game, what happened and all that. It's a lifetime memory for all these players, no matter what age or where they're from. It's a very well-regarded tournament.
Yes, and these teams will play in tournaments the rest of the year. How about it? Masdell with a perfect feed. Garofalo just a couple inches higher than the crossbar. But you heard the carom off the top of the iron.
Yeah, Garofalo was trying to go upstairs there just to beat on the high shoulder on the glove side there at Varesh. But again, just a little too high, but great feed by Masdell. They both got great speed, and they're able to show it right there on that the counter off that attack from Hungary.
Talking about Saskatchewan-based teams, as Jeffrey Guo tries to find the puck. The Moose Jaw Warriors general manager and play-by-play man contacted me a couple weeks ago, or well, actually more than a couple weeks ago, about a month ago, and said, yeah, I'm going to be in town. I'm the general manager of the Moose Jaw player operations of Moose Jaw Warriors. I'd love to help you on the broadcast. I said, great. So about a week later, I get a reply email from him saying, actually, we qualified for the Max this year, or the Circle K this year, so I'm not going to be able to help you. But and I sent sort of a laughing emoji reply, and I said, you're canceling on me for the very best possible reason. So I'll keep you in mind for next year, but hopefully you qualify next year. Yeah, Saskatchewan-based teams having their struggles, but a couple of teams were invited and just declined the offer. I mean, you have to apply to be here. All of the teams, there are the 4 quadrant hosts from Hockey Calgary and the Elite Hockey Council, but the other 28 teams have to apply to be here. Even Okotoks and Airdrie, they earned their way here. They are not hosts despite their proximity to these 2 buildings. And then among the teams that apply, they consider different regional numbers, and then they take the best of the best. And then those teams say yes or no, and then suddenly we have 32 to the outside. That one blocked in front. Horvat. Again, Buffalo's taking away the better chances, although Hungary has scored twice so far in the matchup.
Yeah, and again, we see the stoppage in play. Carly just pushing a little hard in the post. Net comes off. Something we see regularly here at Max Bell, as well as the 7 Chiefs. They don't drill in the net pegs, so these, again, for safety, the nets do come off quite frequently. Again, it is for the safety of all the players there as well, so can cause the stoppage in play, but again, overall for the safety. For sure. So we're going to give a big shout out again to some of our sponsors here. Circle K Convenience. Head into your local store for a Froster right after this game. Adrenaline Source for Sports, official hockey retailer of the CKC. That's Max Bell, Gatorade, and Aquafina. And I think I agree. Peter's Drive-In, a scholarship sponsor, is a proud sponsor of the Circle K Classic Scholarship Program that recognizes deserving athletes who make significant contributions to the community. Peter's Drive-In, the drive-in, you can't drive pie.
Rapoche looking for a hat trick, but he got it stripped away here on the near side. And dump and chase for the Calgary Buffaloes as they're going to go for a multi-man shift change. Here to the near side, Rapoche, who doesn't seem to be off the ice very often, feeding it into Bree Hill. He'll go off. Rapoche will stay on and try to cover this play right now. In between, and they score! Aiden Sexsmith. Maybe not the best line change by Team Hungary. He literally split the difference and drove to the net.
Yeah, Aiden Sexsmith, again, mentioned him earlier. He's got 1, now he's got 2. Product of the Swift Current Broncos. Well, showing off his speed. He's got a lot of it, and he split the players there. Rapoche staying on the ice for that change, but don't think he had the foot speed or even just maybe the energy to keep up with Sexsmith. He was stopped earlier by Veras, but that one, he goes short side on the glove, just above the pads, giving the Buffaloes a 3-2 lead.
Not the best rotation. Normally, one of your main forwards isn't one of the two last men back, but you have to be able to rotate and do multiple things at multiple times. But again, not the most convenient group of five that could have been on the ice. As now Hungary's trying to do the same thing as the Buffaloes did and get a quick response. Let's get the Hungary goal information, the Buffaloes goal information.
Calgary Buffaloes on a goal with scored by number 17, Sexton. Assist to number 4, Logan. Time that goal, 16-14, second period.
To the outside, trying to turn it to the forehand, no luck. But maximum effort from Tardy. Off the bounce, it's there! And again, Hiesel this time got into perfect position. Everybody was watching everybody else, and Hiesel tried to go short side, but Carly was there.
Carly, nice acrobatic save there as well. As Hiesel had that cage, he thought wide open there. He gave a little bit of a one-timer. Carly got off using those big, strong legs to get across the crease, keep that one out. A little bit of rough stuff, a little bit more of chippiness happened here across the swing as we're going to do some more sponsor shout-outs as well.
I'll take it. Saputo, we'd love to thank them for everything that they do, and any Saputo product you can get at, a Circle K convenience store. Thanks to Hockey Calgary, Arcus Power, Canacom Group Travel, and Trax Coach Lines, a very popular and common bus company for all these midget and bantam and junior teams. Trax Coach Line, TRAXX Coach Lines, travel like the pros, and that is the list. And we thank everybody for what they do. We've had some sponsors that are brand new this year, and some that have been with us for decades. I can tell the story from a few years ago. There's not many tournaments that Coke and Pepsi both give their support to, but this, back in the day, was certainly one of them, and one of those rare cases. 100 seconds to go. Buffaloes would love to get a second goal here. No one's led by more than a single goal in this 3-2 contest. And again, the back line, the last line of defense for Hungary is getting burned. Just a bit of bad luck for the Calgary Buffaloes in blue and red, or else it could have been 4-2 very quickly. We sort of noticed from the first few seconds that the Buffaloes had the quicker bursts of speed, the quicker acceleration points that we're seeing again right now, this time from Bungay. But now they've figured out where they can place the passes, because again, Hungary just doesn't seem prepared for them, despite 40 minutes of seeing what the Buffaloes do with possession.
Yeah, good burst of speed there as well, and now Seth Garofalo getting that feed in. I think he just got a little bit of his stick on it, just to slightly redirected on Varesh, but you mentioned it got right behind that defense. Hungary, every time that happens, trying to counter as well, showing their speed as well, but haven't been able to match the Buffaloes. Just breakout speed at that point. We'll see if they can do it in the third period coming up.
This is basically the point where some penalties have taken place, so both teams want to be careful not to commit a penalty in the last few minutes, because in these last few seconds, because it gives their opponents plenty of time to draw something up in the dressing room between periods. McCaslin tapped up legally, and again the forward line will make a change. You can even notice some difference in style of when to make a line change between the European and North American styles as well. 18 seconds to go in an entertaining second period. If you don't care who wins, you're having a lot of fun tonight. To the near side. Schaffner couldn't find it. We were talking about tournaments just in the last handful of seconds here, and just how important this one is, and the streak that the Buffaloes are on. Not only were they struggling in the first part of the AEHL League season, but they went to a tournament in BC and went 0 for 3.
That's right. Actually 0 for 4 as well, David. They lost 3-round robin and then lost their 4th round robin, their only playoff game. They had a tough start to the season. That was the same tournament they won last year as well. So down in. That's the Vernon Fall Classic that's hosted by Rink Hockey Kelowna. Rink Hockey Kelowna as well. They're here right now. Just lost in overtime to the St. Louis Blues over at Seven Chiefs Arena. Not too sure if our fans did jump over that. That might be one to catch afterwards. Be interesting. We got a lot of local Hungarian fans here. It's 4:42 a.m. in Budapest right now. I don't know if anybody from Hungary's watching, but I hope you are. Good morning over in the beautiful country of Hungary as you're watching yourself a great hockey game here as well.
All right, 40 down, 20 to go. Second intermission time. Stick around for more hockey action. Jumped back in and took the third north spots this year. And of course, as I said, Airdrie and Okotoks earned their way to being here from the South Division.
Yeah, Airdrie's had a good year here in the South as well. One of the top two teams in the South as well. They're looking good. Northern Alberta Extremes 3-2 after 40 minutes on Pittsburgh. That looks like a tight one. They were up 2-0. Looks like Pittsburgh's coming back there.
Yeah, 3-2 there, 3-2 here. Those teams are paying attention to this game, and these two teams are paying attention to that game, literally on the other side of the wall. Teams have switched ends, and the Buffaloes will now attack left to right, trying to extend this lead with the blue jerseys and the red numerals and red pants. Trying to make something physical happen was I got Agostone Schmidt. Tardy's turn now on the near side. Shots 21-14 after 40 minutes, favoring Team Hungary. Trying to make something work is Schmidt again, and it'll be kicked out to neutral ice, but Hungary maintained possession. 8 trying to feed 9, Sivak, but Brehill ran into a wall of blue. And we're back at it. Feeling each other out for the first minutes, but again, both teams have the skill and ability to look to create those neutral offensive zone turnovers. And it's a 4-on-3. Sometimes you can have too many people attacking the nets, because who are you going to pass it to? Play continues. Overskated the puck by Alaric. Hungary trying to be careful not to take a too many men call. Some physicality. The linesman had to get out of the way at the last second. Don't forget about the 50-50 draw, folks. Go to the CircleKClassic.ca. Click on the 50-50 section of the top bar. Follow the links and you'll get to the rafflebox.ca Hockey Calgary Circle K 2024 50-50. Currently at $4,120, so the winner would take home at least $2,060. We're shooting to try to get to $20,000, which is the maximum you can be. With some highly anticipated crowd numbers expected over the next couple of days, I think 20,000 is definitely in the realm of possibility, especially if a local team is in the final. As you said, Scott Shannock doing all the right things. I'm going to have them here tomorrow morning against the Valley West Giants. And we'll see if they can continue this trend. But on that myhockeyrankings.com, they're ranking out of 100, 99.98.
Can't get much better than that, David.
Well, they were at 99.99. So when I saw them go down, I'm like, gee, what happened? But like I was saying before, if you schedule not a great team, even if you beat them by a significant number of goals in that formula, you can reduce your numbers. Bishop Kearney will be playing Shattuck a few times in Faribault, Minnesota. And I think trying to earn those rating points, not that that's what USA Hockey uses, but if you can play the top competition and stay competitive with them, you'll impress the people that make all the decisions. Another steal, again, inside the ringette line. They just seem to be at will being able to take the puck away from each other, but the Buffaloes more often. The defenders for Hungary, admittedly, will have had some struggles tonight.
Yeah, great individual effort there by Brady Murphy. He's had himself a good year coming in. He played U17 AAA last year, but had a nice chance and just puts it high over the net, similar to what Garofalo did in the second period. Good couple. Other than those, they could be up here by 3 goals, but just up 3-2 right now.
In front of the penalty timekeepers area, they're going to watch Egerstone Schmidt get crunched twice. And you hear the Buffaloes bench go crazy. On the far side. No luck for the Buffaloes in acquiring possession. 4:20 into this third period. Logan Andrews trying to make something happen, but he had to clear the zone. In traffic, a great look for Hungary. Just a bit wide, second try. Trying to catch a deflection off a leg or a skate. But again, Hungary's done an excellent job of holding puck possession at the blue line. And that's been evident for all 45 minutes we played so far, with 15 to go. And a great anticipation. Gergu Sivak knew exactly what was happening next and took it away because the Buffaloes were trying to feed down low once again. Bungay trying to start the process. Again, Pittsburgh and NAX. Two of the higher rated teams on both sides of the 49th parallel on that myhockeyrankings.com site. I encourage you to check it out. Incredibly detailed. Lintner trying to dipsy doodle around a Buffalo's defender off the boards. And it's in his legs, it's in his pads. We've had one crazy goal for Hungary already in this one. We almost saw another.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of, really funny bounces here, as well as 7 Chiefs Arena 2 saw it there as well. Some of those boards, just the puck defects a little off. Carly didn't plan through that, and again, took a weird bounce, but he was luckily able to make a save. We talked about, David, we thought one game was going to overtime. The website's been updated. St. Louis Blues did beat Ring Kelowna 4-3 in overtime 1, so we had one lone game in overtime here on day 1.
All right, so St. Louis gets 2 points in that contest. So they're among the 16, or what will be 16 winners, but They're at the bottom of the rankings because they didn't win it in regulation. Just like Latvia. They didn't win in regulation, so they only got 2 points.
Very true, and beating Team Canada in the process, unfortunately.
Oh, I wasn't going to mention that again. To the far outside, trying to drive through, and he scores! Lucas Masdell just kept skating and put it through the wickets.
A great rush by Lucas Masdell. He's got a lot of speed, and he showed it right there as he took it up the far boards. As he chips it wide, gets himself a good shooting angle, and puts it 5-hole in between Varish there, and just able to cut it in, and now he's doubled the leads. 4-2, 13:45 remaining. Again, 4-2, you think a 2-goal lead is comfortable, but I've always heard 4-2 is the worst league to have in hockey. So it'll be really interesting to see if Team Hungary can capitalize and get back in this game here. Lots of time still on the clock.
Either last year or the year before, the feature game after the opening ceremonies, Calgary Flames were down by 3, got 4 in the 3rd period and won the matchup. So nothing is assured by any means at this point. Rattay throws it in, looking for any sort of deflective rebound, but Bensei Beresh Puchku cut that off at the pass.
Yeah, he was wide. He had nobody in front of him. Usually they find goaltenders in this league and any AAA. If there's not traffic in front of it, they see it, they're going to make that save, especially point shots like that. Rattay, he's got 20 assists this year, no goals yet. He's good at dishing out the puck, hasn't been able to find the back of the net yet.
Would Rattay's first goal come now? Not yet. Not quite. Let's find out about the goal from Joey O. Unassisted goal. Doubles the lead, as Scott mentioned. Big pad save. Again, that's the glory of the new formats, is you can stumble once and still win the big trophy at the end of the week. Hungary's going to draw a penalty. We had no penalties in the 2nd period, by the way, and only 1 each in the 1st.
That's right. Usually whistles being thrown away. It looks like Ewan Wood's going to get the call for this one. Didn't see what the call there was from the referee. The hold? I guess a hold or stick?
Holding the stick.
Holding the stick. That's a penalty you don't usually see at this level. I haven't seen that call too many times, but one there, Ewan Wood going to the box for 2 minutes and less. So again, 12:40.